And with the launch of the party, we're going to offer an incentive of $10,000.
A bonus.
Bonus.
On top of your commission.
This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 278 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
So our brand new studio.
Brand new.
It's 3 minutes down the road in our office.
I was really ready for it until I got to the office.
We're at 66 High Street. It's our new development. The final building is launching next week.
That is true.
And so we're recording the pod from here. We'll tell you exactly why we're doing that at the end of the pod.
I love it.
All right. But first, let's jump into racket number one. Mortgage professionals living paycheck to paycheck. This is on now BAMx.com. Shout out to Sarah Lentz for writing the piece. 60% of mortgage professionals, Nicole, are living paycheck to paycheck. This is according to the 2023 Mortgage Industry Commission and Retention Report based on a survey conducted by Every.
I've never heard of them.
Every.
Nope.
With no Y.
No Y.
Everee. Over 31% of the 314 survey respondents plan to leave the industry next year, while 15% remain uncertain about their future as mortgage professionals.
I wonder why next year? Why not this year?
You know, they're planning. They're getting ready.
They're getting ready? They're not getting any paycheck, so why not leave now?
So does this make sense? Obviously, the refi, business has just gone away pretty much. Okay, refinances in comparison to last year and certainly in comparison to 2021 has virtually disappeared for mortgage professionals. It is a large percentage of business for lenders who are getting in and are newer, don't have a book of purchase business built up.
Right.
So that part makes sense. But overall, this big of a number living paycheck to paycheck, 60%. Are you shocked by that?
No, I actually would be a little bit more.
You thought it'd be more?
I do. Yeah. I mean, you think about how many sales are actually happening, right? I mean, if you're not in with a mortgage with a real estate professional yourself, I mean, man, you are literally paddling upstream.
72.6% of respondents would choose to work for one company over another based solely on their faster commission payments. It sounds like there's a lag in payments.
Well, yeah, the paragraph before that was saying that some people don't get paid for 4 weeks. Sometimes it's 10 days. I mean, that's quite a long time.
That is a long. I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you experienced that with your real estate commission. Certainly we don't. It's automatically basic payment.
It's not
but
automatic.
It's
pretty
like
quickly
within a couple days.
Oh,
what do you expect?
Yeah, but a month. I mean, woo.
Yeah, you have heard some real estate brokerages, mostly small. I haven't heard this on any of the big brokerages where there's like a lag in payment.
Right.
Let us know in the comments if you ever experienced that. 65% want payment in a week or less, but only 40% get paid that quickly. I mean, in a week or less, you should be able to get your money in a week or less.
The money's available.
It is available.
It's available.
38.5% are not happy with how quickly they get paid. 82.2% would be more likely to keep working for their current employer if they receive their commission payments within 24 hours. So it really comes down to like how quick they can access the money.
There's some desperate people
on the closing. All right. Yeah. It really doesn't matter. We're going to react to this video. But before we do that, I never cared if it was 2 days or a week or 2 weeks or whatever. Not that it ever took 2 weeks. I guess I would start caring then.
Well, but again, if it's usually taking that long, it's because you haven't handed in a piece of paperwork.
Right. It's usually my fault.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm like, I didn't even realize I didn't get paid.
When I first started,
yeah,
I was actually cashing the check. So once I started building up my business.
We have someone on the team that does that. And like every 6 months, she cashes 10 of them. And I'm like, how are you able to get by?
She's not worried about the paycheck to paycheck mentality like these lenders.
Not.
Now we know most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Right. So this is, falls in line with the trend here.
For sure.
Let's react to this video specifically on agents from TikTok.
What's the longest you've gone without a paycheck in real estate?
1 year.
What's the longest you've gone without a paycheck in real estate?
I went 6 months without a paycheck.
Unfortunately, 3 months.
My first year, I went 9 months without a paycheck.
30 days.
Hey, Caleb, what's the longest you've gone without a paycheck in real estate?
The longest I've gone without a paycheck is 45 days.
Jen, what's the longest you've gone without a paycheck in real estate?
Well, I'm admin for real estate, so about 7 days.
Hey, Nicole, what's the longest you've gone without a paycheck in real estate?
It's been about 10 weeks.
You've gone in real estate without a paycheck?
When I started real estate, I went 6 months before I closed my first house.
All right, Kira, what's the longest you've gone in real estate without a paycheck?
3.5 months.
So if you're a new agent getting into real estate and the 3.5 months, the 6 months, the 9 months, the year, if that scares you, there was somebody in there that said, hey, I'm a real estate admin. And so I only wait 7 days. That's the other side of it. You know, admin, you have a set salary, you know what you're getting paid. Obviously with
set hours,
technology, that there's going to be, unless you advance into management in real estate, there's going to be limited upside on what you can make as an admin.
Right.
And then all the risk and reward comes in on the sales side. You're a sales professional. So you eat what you kill. You go out there and obviously you're going to be rewarded for the deals that you make. All those time frames, 6, 9 months, 12 months, to me tells me as a new agent, you probably weren't in the right environment to get you jump started. You didn't have the leads, didn't have the training, didn't have the support.
Didn't have the leads.
Didn't have the right team or brokerage.
Yeah. Or guidance.
3 to 6 months in the beginning can make sense for a number of different reasons. Once you get rolling, there should never be a 3-month gap.
Right. I think in this market or actually in I shouldn't say this market. I feel like now, like when I got it in 2010, I think I had like a BlackBerry. There was no Wi-Fi, so you had to be at the office to see things.
Well, what's the longest since you take out the beginning? Since you got your first paycheck, what was the longest gap? I'm sure you don't have it memorized, but what do you think? I
don't have it memorized. I don't know. I would say at least 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. At least 30 days.
Yeah, I guess that probably makes sense. I don't really remember long gaps when I was a producing agent.
Well, but I think you also notice there's times where things pop. So you have 6 that close.
Right, for sure.
So you're sort of just stockpiling your cash and you're not worried. And then it's okay. And then as soon as it's oh my goodness, I haven't gotten paid in a while, things then start closing again.
But something happens. If you're really working the business, there's a referral that comes in or a small check. You got to be willing to do multiple deals to get all the checks. If you're just cherry picking big high deals, sometimes a luxury agent can fall into this. That's where I think you have these long gaps. I know some luxury agents in Naples, it's they'll go 6, 8, 9 months without a paycheck, but then they pop a $400,000, $500,000
I
check.
think you're all right there.
No,
I'll pop one of those once a year.
They're playing a different game. I get it.
Yeah.
I think for, most of America, most of the agents want to try to get up to a 40 deal year, because then you're getting a paycheck a week. 40 to 50 deals a year gives you a paycheck a week. If it's your primary income, if it's if you're the breadwinner of your family. Am I allowed to say breadwinner anymore?
I think you're allowed to say breadwinner.
Is that word been canceled?
No, because it doesn't reference a man or a woman.
All right.
Bread is a they.
If you're the they winner of your family, then you want to get a paycheck a week. That's 40, 50 deals per year.
Yeah, I've never done that many deals.
Yeah, but we've got agents on the team that are doing close to that.
No, I think it's great. Well, I think back to the beginning, right? Now you have 50 closed deals. That's now 50 referral sources too.
Absolutely.
So it just propels your following years. Again, we always say it, build a career, not a year. And again, I think once you hit certainly the 50, that's fabulous.
No matter how you break out the commission, right? There's 100% of something, and then there's splits and all these things. Over time, you're going to continue to see what's called commission compression, where it's literally the commission amount is being compressed, or the fees associated with earning the commission. Call it Zillow Premier Agent, where over 2/3, 2 out of every 3 buyers are using that site. They're attaching a 35% fee. Or you can name any other sources like that of lead opportunities, or the technology and the expenses that you're putting onto your business. So that's where I think in the future, you'll probably have less agents, but the agents, to make the same amount of money they're making in the past 10 years, are probably going to have to do 5 to 10 more deals.
For sure.
But the deals, AI, all these other things that are going to be introduced over the next 5 to 10 years are going to be a little more streamlined.
Well,
for the
even just
agent.
getting leads now from those sources that are requiring a 35% referral fee. I mean, those weren't around 10 years ago. So
right.
getting a deal was so much more difficult. You had to sit at open houses that nobody came to in order to generate a buyer.
It's easier to generate 40 to 50 transactions.
So easy right now.
Even in this market.
So much
than
easier.
it was in 2013.
Hell yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Let us know if you agree with that, by the way.
Hell yeah. For sure.
It was easier to get a lot of lead flow.
Lots. Yes.
Than it was in 23.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Easier to do large amounts of transactions because of the different lead opportunities that are aggregated that you can be involved with than it was 10 years ago. Of course, if you were in the business 10 years ago. If you were in the business 10 years ago, you heard every single seller objection
always
in the book.
Yep.
Those are actually high inventory years. So racket number 2, this is a piece by Tom Toole. How to overcome the top 4 seller objections. Of course, Tom Toole has a great objection handling course that you can get access down below. If you just joined BAMx, his course is now open to everybody that's a BAMx member.
Great, I love it.
He's the king of objection handling.
He's the king.
Get his course, others, as well as the private community by signing up for BAMx. Use the code REALWORD to get 10% off.
No, don't leave no spaces.
So Nicole was trying to sign up.
I've been trying to sign up, and it keeps saying
space.
that I had a space.
So
no space.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yes,
Real word.
we figured it out.
Down below.
No spaces.
10% off your annual subscription, not the monthly. All right, so objection handling. Obviously, Tom is the king at this. And here's the objection handling formula. Then we're going to go through the top 4 objections that you might be faced with right now from sellers. So the formula is number 1, acknowledge it.
Gotta.
Number 2, address the objection. Make sure that you acknowledge and you address what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, go for a close or ask another question. Okay, questions give us the control. In a sales situation, in an educating situation, we're the educators. You know, Dave Ramsey always says, great real estate agents have the heart of a teacher. You're going to be asking, a great teacher is actually asking questions and listening so that they can help you, the student, navigate where to go to next. That's what a great coach does, a great mentor, however you want to describe it. All right. So objection number 1, the timing isn't right.
Yep.
You hear that a lot in this market?
All the time. Well, yeah. I mean, but it's not even a matter of it being, they want to sell this year, but it's like, all right, I have this graduation. I have somebody coming into town. My son's room is a disaster. My daughter's going to college. Like it's not that it's not the right market. It's just, it's
summertime.
Yeah. Like maybe in 30 days, maybe in 60 days, maybe in 40, like it's just figuring out what that actually looks like.
This year is trending towards the all-time low. We're a little bit higher on active inventory than last year, which was an all-time low, but those 2 numbers are about to cross. And we may be in second half, actually have less inventory in the second half of last year, which is crazy. But new listings coming onto the market is actually lower. And so there's a lot of people the timing isn't right. And this is how Tom Toole would handle this objection. Hey, Mr. Seller, I totally get it. Most people want to find the ideal time to list or sell or even buy. A lot of our clients have felt that same way. And it's a common thing to believe. You want to time it perfectly to not interrupt your life.
Of course.
Out of curiosity, what does the ideal time look like for you?
Right.
So get the other part, the consumer, your client, to articulate and actually speak into existence what that perfect time would be. Well, we just got through the graduation. We got the 4th coming up. We're going to do a picnic.
Right.
And we've got a bunch of family members coming. But then the end of July, we're pretty quiet.
Which
we're not going anywhere.
Realistically is very quick. Like to get yourself ready in 30 days, this is the best time to be talking to us. Yeah.
You may get that seller to start acknowledging that, well, I guess I could be ready for August 1st.
Right.
I guess I could be ready for August 1st. So what do we need to do between now and then? Boom, you hit them with the game plan. After asking that question, stop talking and hear what they have to say. You're going to listen to that dialogue and really then take it from the next step. They're going to go over what they're trying to figure out, like I just did. I got this, I got that, I got the other thing. And so Tom's response is going to be, okay, got it. If I could show you how we can help navigate all of those conditions and what's happening in the market right now to make this move happen for you in a stress-free manner, would you be open-minded about a quick strategy session or a planning meeting to go over what that would look like for you. So this is like over the phone. I had an agent yesterday. We were talking through some of these professional conversations like Tom's outlining here in this piece. And she's like, I know that's the right thing to say, but it sounds salesy.
So what'd you say?
I said, if you know you're coming from a place of educating and helping them,
right?
Number one, you're a salesperson.
Right.
But number two, your confidence level, knowing that you're helping and educating, is going to make something like this sound authentic and real. It just sounds like real talk.
So what was the concern? Because like she was going to be repeating it verbatim and it wasn't a natural sentence?
The concern is that she feels like she doesn't want to push people. She doesn't want to try to, and that's where you're going to be. But
aren't you sitting at a table having a conversation with someone that wants to sell?
Interested. They're just trying to navigate it. And most people just need to articulate it and be guided in the right direction. Think about it, like when I say heart of the teacher, think about when you were in school. Your teacher didn't just let you do whatever the heck you wanted.
Right.
You're going to end up in ISS if you're doing whatever the heck you wanted, or you're going to end up, having a discussion with the teacher. You have to guide people into the direction that they should be going based off of the facts that they've presented to you. If you don't like to sell, if you don't like to have these types of conversations, then you're going to be going back to the 6-month, 9-month, 12-month gap.
Or finding a new job next year.
Or you're going to be like the lender finding the new job. Number two, the house isn't ready. How do you handle this objection? Well, let's ignore Tom Toole's advice because you're one of the best at getting a home ready. We're sitting in this beautiful unit. Here at 66 High Street. You helped pick out the staging and I
didn't pick out any of the furniture, but I told us who we should use.
Nicole selected the stager.
I selected the stager and had full faith. If I'm at their home, I'm usually walking around. I'm like, tell me what it is that you feel like you need to do, and I'll let you know if that needs to happen or not. Because I think a lot of it, they're feeling very overwhelmed. Like, oh my goodness, I have to paint this. I have to do this. I have to do my kitchen. I have to do my bathroom. So I usually just then let's get up and walk through the house and figure out what it is that's on your list of things to do, and I'll let you know if I feel as though you need to do them or not.
Would you say that this is ready for the market, this unit here?
Well, the painters are, I think, still
2 feet away when we started the pod.
I still see some blue tape around, but I do think that the unit, minus the light fixture that's hanging above us, that's
getting changed out.
Don't
show the light fixture.
Don't show the light fixture. Besides that, no, we're in great shape here.
Is it ready for the party next week that everybody listening to this, even if you want to fly in?
Yeah, please come on up. We have a party next Thursday, the 29th from 5 to 9.
June 29th.
We have a portable bar coming in and a live band and food.
That is not the reason that we are.
No, that's not the reason we're here.
You still got to wait. We're going to tell you exactly the reason. This could make you some money, by the way, the reason that we are recording from right here. So you could make some money off of this.
Lots of money.
Pod. And then you could go use, $120 minus the 10% on your BAMx subscription. I mean, that's how cheap BAMx is. You're still going to have thousands of dollars after what we tell you at the end of this pod. All right. Objection number 2, the house isn't ready. So Tom says, I hear you. Getting a home ready for market is a big chore. Imagine what it would be like if someone gave you specific guidance to prep the property and get it ready for the market. So this is, again, on the phone. I'm going to give you that guidance. I'm going to show you, like you're saying, I'm going to come show you exactly what you got to do.
Or I can give you,
to get it ready for
individuals that we use for sure.
Yeah. Having help in this situation is absolutely critical because it's a stressful situation. I don't know where to go. Objection number 3. I don't know if I sold the house, great. I got the money, but I can't live in my bank account. Where do I go next?
Yeah.
What do you got for that?
I don't have that. I don't have an answer.
You're just
that.
You're just quitting on that one?
I don't blame you. No, I mean, like you're saying, you acknowledge it, you understand it. I do reassure people and tell them that I've never not been able to find someone a house. So, but I do think it's important to find out if they have any backup plans. Like, do you have the ability to live with somebody? Do you have a place you can go? How about a short-term rental? Like, what are the options? Like, what are your options? And like, what options can I provide you?
Tom's taking, you can read the piece down below. He's talking about months of supply, and total inventory is up this year in comparison to last year. So going Phil Jones style, having an opening, hitting them with a fact. So he's hitting them with a fact on inventory and then going back to the question. Your fact could also be a story. I continue to reference my parents who were like, oh my gosh, the end of last year, Naples market in their community hit an absolute peak. This was a little bit over a year ago. I'm sorry. And they sold it at peak pricing. So they made $500,000. They went and rented for 12 plus months in the interim. It wasn't the place they wanted to be, but to make $500,000 at that point in their life, being retired, was a significant part of the decision-making process. And so you can tell that story and then ask the question, would you be willing, you know, or can you see yourself living in a rental, in a condo that maybe isn't your dream home, but a stepping stone to get you there?
Yeah. Well, you definitely have to have that conversation because that's a huge reality.
Absolutely.
So instead of them thinking that they're going to find a place, you definitely have to have all the conversations so that if that option is the only option, then they're not disappointed.
So objection 4 would be, we've got an off-market sale in the works. And my story that we've shared on here would be a perfect
Don't do
one.
it.
You know, you don't do that. I had an off-market sale and then I had to go list it onto the market. And I'm, you know, listen, we did over 700 deals. Shout out to the team making the 1,000 this year. Number one team in Connecticut, the 1,000 on Real Trends.
Love it.
So we saw over 700 transactions on our own team last year, and I was still dumb enough to do an off-market deal. It was a complete disaster. The guy was a moron, and I had to get out of the deal.
Well, it was very easy to get out of the deal.
It was easy to get out of the deal. I just had to say
bye-bye.
Goodbye. Yeah, basically.
Well, I mean, you were not that nice.
No, and then so we got out of the deal. We got a termination. And then we put it on the market. Sold in a day. We had, you know, I think we had multiple. Do we have multiple offers?
No, that was just the first one was just.
Yeah, it was just a great
really
offer.
lovely.
So we took the offer.
Yeah.
And you know, you want to be on the market. And so Tom's like, that's exciting. Off-market sales have some positives. Can I also tell you why they make me nervous? So I tell the story of, you know, what happened to myself.
For sure.
You probably have a similar story where a buyer this guy was a savvy guy. He knew he didn't compete against the market, so he thought he had me in a corner. And he was trying to chip away at inspections. Instead of like knowing, oh my gosh, I was up against 3 other offers. I can't really chip away at inspection, right?
Well, the problem there though too was that he wasn't buying it for himself. He was buying it for his mom. So he didn't have like a huge vested interest in it either. And
so Tom gets in and you can read the piece.
I love it.
I bet you're a bit like me. You want to get as much money for your property. Here are the stats. He's referring Bright MLS, his MLS. Here are the stats that show how much more you're going to get as opposed to, you know, what a for sale by owner. Yeah. And there's a difference of 13% in his particular MLS. You could pull the number for yours, but 13% is going to outweigh, I would assume, almost everybody's commission there.
For sure.
Okay. So you can read that piece. Great piece by Tom Toole. Certainly use the code REALWORD to get access to his objection handling course,
right? Which you now have full access to in BAMx. All right, Nicole. Here we are.
Bracket number
You made it to the end. They made it to the end.
We are here at the new development, 66 High Street. We have 9 units left. So we started with the Mill building. Maybe you could flash a couple pictures here. You can go 66 High Street, st.com if you want to check everything out. But the Mill building was the first building, Horton Group Development.
Yep. There were 15 units.
Yeah, preserved this historic site.
It was
15 units.
Yep.
And then each of the 3 new buildings that they developed here on site were designed for 14 total units. Now, each building ended up being a little less because you have people that combined
units,
a couple units. Yep. But each building was designed for 14 units. So right now we've got some units here in the Chittenden.
It's the Chittenden building.
Yep. That are the last of the project, the last phase that have been pre-sold. Finally, the building is ready to go.
It's just about complete.
We have a party next week. And so here's what we're going to debate here for a second on if we are making the
We're going
right
to be debating
move.
with ourselves, though.
We're debating
there's no
with
one
ourselves.
to debate with.
But let us know in the comments.
Please.
So we already have 3 pre-sold.
Yep.
We have 9 units remaining on a project that is over a $70 million project. We've set every single record in Connecticut, price per square foot, highest condo sales. And this isn't Fairfield
Greatest
County.
development.
I mean, the developer did such an amazing job. He created a market out of thin air that never existed before.
And there's some resales here that people are doubling their money.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of agents said to Nicole, and oh my gosh, you're not going to get those prices. And between the marketing and the vision from the developer blew all of those doom and gloomers away with what's happened. So we've got, I've just described everything, not for a pat on the back, but just to position what I'm about to tell you. So you would think in that case, why would you even offer another incentive?
Why would you need an incentive?
And so we've got the party next Thursday. And with the launch of the party, we're going to offer an incentive of $10,000.
A bonus.
Bonus.
On top of your commission.
On the tippity top.
On the
All
top.
these commissions are on, $1.8 million and up sales, right?
Right.
Because everything's starting at $1.8 million here.
Mm-hmm.
You would get a $10,000 commission on top of that, or a bonus on top of that commission.
Yes.
So is this the right move? I haven't seen anybody do this in years. When there was high inventory. We're in low inventory. This development's in extremely high demand. We have 3 units completely finished to actually show. We know.
Well,
from the data,
there actually will be 9 units completely finished by next week.
By next week.
Yeah, but only 3 will be staged.
Will be staged like this.
Yes.
But we know from the data from the previous buildings that
if you build it, they will come.
when the units are done, they sell immediately. So why are we willing to give $10,000 away? And oh, by the way, if you just refer an agent, as an agent, if you refer a buyer here to 66 High Street to us, you're going to get the $10,000
You will get a
bonus
$10,000
on top of your
bonus.
referral check. Okay, so no matter how the buyer comes, and this is how you can make money, you can refer somebody in, position between Boston and New York. You have a lot of people that have a kid in Boston and kid in New York.
There's a lot of people that live here that
yeah.
do have children in both cities. Yep.
So it's a unique spot on the Connecticut shoreline, small town, all of that. But is this the right move with the amount of leverage we have to go out there and offer $10,000? Here are some of the objections. Maybe they're like, well, why? Why do they want to offer $10,000?
Are they worried? Maybe they're in trouble.
Do they think?
Are they in
Think
trouble?
the recession's coming.
They don't think that they're going to sell.
All this kind of things. The positive is that we want to drive a lot of activity, tell a new marketing story, be able to get agents really interested in this property who haven't been able to sell a unit, who maybe have some people on the fence,
right?
And they can then use some of these objection handling skills to push their client into coming and seeing the property and what have you. And so that's kind of the debate. Obviously we went with this decision to go for
100%. In my mind, there's not a negative to this. I mean, what's the negative? Who doesn't want an extra $10,000? I agree with you. I think it'll motivate a lot of individuals to actually finally come and visit the complex. Think about how many agents are in this little town and still haven't even seen this project. So if at the very least we'll get a lot more eyeballs on it, a lot more people motivated, and I don't see a negative. I don't see a negative.
That's ultimately when we're going back and forth on this. Love to know your thoughts in the comments. When we're going back and forth on this, it's like ultimately there's no negative. It's another story we can tell in our marketing. The buyers that are coming here and the community that's been built up here, they're not going to be like worried. Oh my gosh, are they worried? None of that. These folks here that live here, they're not worried about a recession.
They're not worried. They don't
trust me.
No.
That's not. It just is what it is. This is just a different league.
Yeah.
It's a different environment. So the people that are coming here and looking at these units aren't thinking about that. They're making a lifestyle decision.
For sure.
They're making a decision based off of where they want to be. They want to have something that they can almost treat as a hotel room with all of the amenities.
Yep.
Where they can walk
and
downtown.
A lot of them
do.
A lot of people that do live here, it is a hotel for them.
Yeah, because they own 2 or 3 other properties.
For sure. Yeah.
So that was ultimately a decision. There's no negative. Just like having an open house on a listing, you've got another angle as opposed to just listed. And here we've got another angle for marketing and interest and to drum up activity. We're having the party next week, which you're certainly invited to if you want to make a trip to Connecticut. It's June 29th.
We will have contracts waiting.
I think there's gonna be 3, 4, maybe. I heard a number, maybe 500 people.
Take a deep breath.
Jay said he thinks there's gonna be 500 people.
I mean, come on, Jason.
There's gonna be a lot of people here. Nicole ordered a roll-up bar, which I've never seen in my life.
It's a pub. It's a full-on bar. You walk up into the pub. Mm-hmm.
So we'll have.
I mean, you have to.
Drinks, food, band, the whole thing. But more importantly, if you've got somebody, obviously in the luxury price point, who's thinking about the East Coast and you want a $10,000 check on top of your referral, reach out to us. You can send us a DM. You could also email Nicole at oneteamct.com and let us know in the comments, good move, bad move, your thoughts on agent bonuses in this market. Love to hear from you. And And then maybe we'll see you at the party.
I think we will.
Open invite.
I look forward to it.
Till next
Will
week.
I see you at the party?
You will, which
Good.
means Tom Ferry, you will not see me in Dallas. I haven't told him yet.
Oh, well, now
It's
you know.
on my calendar.
Oops. So sorry.
I was supposed to go
Now he
golfing with
knows.
TF. So I'm
Wow.
giving up golfing, Nicole, at a amazing golf course that
I don't think
just
that there's a decision that
became a
needs to be
member
made.
there?
I think you know the right thing to do.
would you stay here?
Of course.
Yeah, stay here.
Invite
But it
Tom.
is-
Maybe Tom wants to come here.
TF, I'm sorry. DJ, I'm sorry. I can't take your money, but
Next
catch you on
time.
the next time. We'll
Next
catch you
time.
next week. Keep it real.
See you guys.